the why guy is the one with the vision, the dream. Let's call them the preacher, right? And in this case, that's literal. But as I think it was it Thomas Edison or Henry Ford? I think it was Thomas Edison. Vision without execution is hallucination. So vision is great. There's a lot of visionaries, but a lot of them are frustrated and angry. And they don't have, rare are the people that have both skills, but rarely do they have the skill of execution, the operators. And usually lurking in the background is the operator, the person who actually hears the vision and knows how to make it work. Walt Disney had Roy Disney. Dr. King had Ralph Abernathy and others. So they heard the dream, but these were the guys that actually organized, the gatherings and the people coming together. But you need both, because plans aren't inspiring. And inspiration without execution literally is just dreaming. And it's that magical combination, and you have it with your brother, it's that magical combination. And whenever I meet organizations and when people say we're trying to lead a movement, I always want to know that there's two people at least, entrepreneurs as well. I want to know that there's two people. I want to know that there's a team of somebody with vision and somebody with execution capability who believes desperately in that vision. And so Dr. King did the things we're talking about. And what we have to remember is the 250,000 people who showed up on the Mall in Washington to hear the I Have a Dream speech. There was no email. There was no internet. The things that make it easy for us to organize a dinner party and get everybody to show up didn't exist. How do you get 250,000 people to show up on the right day on the right time? In fact, leading up to that, they weren't even 100% sure that anybody was going to show up. And it was this whisper network. I mean, look, there was marketing as well. But the point is, they started with the why, and they went to the early adopters, and people traveled across the country. Black and white, 25% of the audience was white. People traveled across the country because for them that sacrifice was worth it, because this day reflected who they were. They didn't show up for him, they showed up for themselves. And this is very, very important about an early adopter. They take part in your movement, not because they care about your movement. They take part in your movement because your movement is helping reflect something about who they are. It's like people who are given a Dell computer by their office who stick an Apple sticker on their computer because they want you to know, this is not who I am. This is who I am. And so brands, the ones that are clearly articulated, whether it's they're basically social movements. They when Steve Jobs died, people laid wreaths of flowers at a retail store to commemorate the loss of a billionaire. It makes no sense, but for the fact that his words and his movement, his revolution, made people feel seen, heard, and understood, which is fundamentally what any good movement does.